Before we begin, we're going to cut, clear, and cleanse this space of any lower vibratory forms, forces, or frequencies. We shut the door on it. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness to the cosmic consciousness, soul control, family, and soul tribe. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the truest and highest version of your authentic self. As for me, I am feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the truest and highest version and radiation of my authentic and best self. I hope it feel good to be you, because it definitely feel good to be me. It's springtime, family. It's springtime. And this is the time of year that things pop up. And what I mean by that is, this is the time of year, springtime is the time of year that we get to see the evidence of the seeds that we've been planting. And we also get to see the nature of the type of intention we planted the seed behind. Ain't no going back to sleep. We get to see what we've been doing. Before we go in further in this message, we're going to do an I am affirmation 3 times with the bell. The affirmation is, I am that I am. You can quote it during the bell or whatever you're led to quote it, but the affirmation is, I am that I am, and I am that I am. Chill. I am that I am. I am that I am. It's wild how, if you're not focused, you will let the distractions distract you. And things happen for the reasons that they happen. Because prior to even preparing myself to present an expression through this video today, there's so many things that have been pulling this way and that way, really to keep me from doing anything. And we go through that all the time. But awareness, and more awareness is what's going to help us be victorious. Our awareness is going to be the thing that help us be victorious, because we know a lot of things, but our awareness in correlation to the things that we know a lot of times it's not in alignment. So we have experiences so we can bring things up to par where it need be. And it's 2022, which is dealing with balance and harmony. And we in springtime, so as things pop up, we get to see how we either gonna respond or how we gonna react. And which brings me back to something that was resonating on me earlier. Our mastery, family, our mastery is not gonna be determined by what we react to. Our mastery is gonna be determined to what we don't react to at all. Now, everybody might not catch that, but somebody is, because it's for who it's for. Now that we have transformed, for those of us who are transmuting certain energies in our lives, going through our shadow work and using the shadow to build, or using the negatives to build up our positive. Now that we have transformed and got our life in better alignment, and we starting to recognize our life purpose or personal assignments or spiritual assignments through our physical realities from the inside out, we have to pay attention. Still talking about awareness. We're going to really have to be in a place of attentiveness and pay attention to who appearing and who's attempting to reappear. We in springtime. This is when things come to surface. But we need to know what's going on in our timelines. In our mind lines, our mental states is going to represent what's coming into our timelines. And with that being said, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be here celebrating myself with everybody. Because we should be able to celebrate everybody through our differences. But however, we can't celebrate anybody. We can celebrate everybody, but we can't celebrate anybody. We're going to need discernment and awareness to know the difference. And I'm going to be speaking a lot about awareness and discernment. Because sometimes you got to let people know you smell shit before it come out their mouth. Sometimes. And I say that to say awareness. In awareness, we have to be aware because it's springtime and things popping up. Whatever we've been planting, popping up. You know, what's appearing and what's trying to reappear, it ain't going to be foreign. We don't learn the life lessons. You know, we know what all it is to know. So now we're in a space where, according to our awareness, we can't let anything play on our soft spots. If people know you, they know your strengths as well as they know your weaknesses. Now, how they honor you as an individual, as a person, as a soul, it's going to be according to how people try to handle and deal with you. Don't let them play on your soft spot. When you feel fake vibes off people, and more so when you feel fake vibes off people that you deal with, because none of us deal with strangers. When you feel fake vibes off people that you deal with, we have to start wondering, what are we emanating that's got this being reflected in our lives? Is your energy this very type of energy that's coming in and out your life every day? I'm gonna say it again. Is your energy the type of energy that's coming in and out your life every day? Because it is, but most of us don't recognize it. If you're the type of person that people only get to meet once in a lifetime, because some of us are the type of people, we carry the type of energy that if people get to meet you, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And a lot of times we don't recognize this. But if you're the type of person that people only get to meet once in a lifetime, because people don't get to meet a person like you every day, you one in a million. If you be loyal to yourself the way you've been loyal to everyone else, you'll find strength in you that you never knew you had. So somebody needs to love on themselves a little bit more. It's okay to do that. That's a very valuable lesson for those of us who have big hearts. You don't have to be a zodiac of Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio. Are we looking at life through a higher lens, through a clearer lens? And I ain't wearing my glasses today, but they here. Are we looking at life through a higher lens? From a higher space of perspective? Because if it is, you shouldn't have had no tint on your glasses anyway. Even if you do wear tint on your glasses, if you in clear view, you see clear, even with wearing shade, even with having shades on. But I prefer glasses with a clear lens. It just adds to my ability to look at life, from a clearer lens. no tent, no judgment. And it's good to discipline ourselves, train ourselves, build ourselves to get in that space of no judgment, man. Because everybody bleed. If you human, then you bleed just like me. We're still talking about awareness. And discernment comes with awareness. And ability, according to our abilities to pay attention to our life lessons, we become aware and we become discerned. But discernment is a gift. And the reason why I say discernment is a gift, even though we all have it, discernment is a gift because it's all dependent upon how we use it. And if you're intuitive, which we all are to some extent or another, we have to learn how to listen. Meditation is a good practice in learning how to listen to our intuitive faculties. Discernment is a gift when you know how to use it. And another human being can't teach us how to use our discernment. But life is the teacher of discernment to human beings. Life is about learning. It's a lesson. It's about learning to live. Because we still learning how to think. I'm going to say it again. Life is about learning. It's a lesson. And learning to live. Because we still learning how to think. The reason why I stress that is because the moment you think that you know everything, the moment you think that you learned it all, that's when you go wrong. Ain't no going back to sleep, so we're gonna need to pay attention. I salute all my generational curse breakers. I salute, once again, all my generational curse breakers. And once more, I salute all my generational curse breakers. Peace and blessings and power and abundance be upon you. If you're a generational curse breaker, you won't have to think about it. You know the work that it took to break generational ties because of what you did in you. So once again, salute to my generational curse breakers. I am a generational curse breaker. I had to stop some vicious cycles, and I mean some vicious cycles, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically. I had to stop some vicious cycles I had nothing to do with, family. And if you're a generational curse breaker, you had to stop some vicious cycles that you had nothing to do with either, other than being birthed here, being incarnated here. This ain't gonna speak to everybody, but this gonna speak to who it's supposed to speak to. And it's definitely gonna speak to those who chose themselves. And because of that, you're the chosen. I am a generational curse breaker, and I had to break some vicious cycles that I had nothing to do with other than being incarnated. But the beauty is, I cut up. Yeah, and I cut up. And if you know me personally, you know I cut up. And there's other things, for those who like to Google and research people, there's other things that show that I cut up. But my point ain't to glorify the cut up. My point is to magnify. I cleared up, I cleansed up, and I cleaned out everything that was no longer necessary for me to progress, mature, evolve, expand, and to keep growing so I can move forward. So salute to my generational curse breakers. No one will understand the work that the type of souls we are came here to do unless they understand the work. that we are as soul. So if your regeneration is continuing to add on to what you're generating right now, and you're reflecting the mirror that you see yourself as, without validation, without applause, without external confirmations, then you're right where you're supposed to be. Who we really are is always showing itself, even when we don't realize it. Some are spinning, some are fitting in, and some are still trying to figure out where we get in at. That's okay. We all need something to bounce off. To my light workers, I gotta keep saluting us. To my star seeds, I gotta keep saluting us. To my crystals, to my indigos, to my rainbow children, salute. Because light workers know that light work is nothing like self-work. But through self-work, light work is magnified. Light workers know it ain't nothing like light workers. And selfish people will never be able to identify with this. So, wherever you at in your journey, the more we share layers of selfishness and add on vibrations of selflessness, as light increases, may all become light workers, because that's the mission. All of us here to do a life work, and do our light work is going to determine our life work. So may we all become light workers. And in that, we'll find balance, we'll find harmony, we'll find peace, and we'll find light itself in the darkest of places. Light workers know that it's nothing like self-work, because the energy don't match. So, in all our awareness, in all our discernment, in all our learning that sometimes things come tumbling down, and when it do, it fall in the right place. Because all the times when things come tumbling down, it ain't catastrophic. Sometimes when things come tumbling down, everything just so happened to fall in the right place. Awareness, discernment. When your presence, family, when your presence is not valued, make sure the weight of your worth, make sure your pricelessness is known through your absence. Because it's crazy how your absence, it's crazy how our absence can hold more weight than our presence. People don't value you sometimes till you're no longer around. And that's crazy. But when your presence is not valued, make sure that those who didn't value it know the weight of your worth through the pricelessness of your absence. Feel good for no reason at all. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. As always, thanks for your likes, thanks for your subscribes, thanks for your comments. For those who share and share the videos, I thank you. Thank you for those who donate and purchase jewelries and things. I got some new jewelry. I got some new pieces coming. I haven't been promoting through Etsy because it's for some reason or other. I do more work in person with people or one-on-one contact with people for some reason or another. But if you're interested in purchasing some jewelry of any form, you can contact me. My email is Sawud, THEGOD @gmail. Like I say, I am accessible. And just come with respect, and I'm gonna deal with you accordingly. Stillness in abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. I am Sawud the God.